what's up guys? So I'm getting ready to make some calls today, right? And I am thinking about taking a different approach a little bit, and that is analyzing first what are the key points which allowed me to make sales in the past, right? Now that I have a couple of clients, I have like a little sample, a little experience that I can dig into and see why did they buy, why did they choose me, why did they finally sign up, right? And if you don't have clients, you can still do this by trying to think back on the calls you made or the video emails you sent, whatever your approach is, which ones got the furthest, which ones got the best results, and why do you think so? Now, for phone calls, again, it's one of the things that's been bugging me for a while, is there's no way to record them, right? If there is, it's always some insane thing where I have to merge the call and all this bullshit. If you guys find a tool, an app that can record all my calls, outbound, just records them no matter what, let me know. And not ones that I have to pay credits for, because then I'm gonna be going broke trying to record my calls. Anyways, so I'm gonna analyze them and I'm gonna create a few phrases, right? These are like key points. They're not a script because it can't be scripted all the way, right? That's the truth, right? You can script the initial part of a sales call of like, how to get them interested. But for selling something that's kind of so, so dynamic, and it's not being fitting into something that is cookie cutter, like a business, they're all different. You can't script everything. What you do is have certain points from the past, maybe 3 to 5, that if that most businesses would fit into at least 2 of these points, you can use them because you have experience, like solving that problem. So let me give an example. So that's a mouthful. Now I can actually say a new thing. I can genuinely tell people who are interested that I was able to get 54 calls for my clients in the last 28 days, right? That sounds amazing. And I can prove it. I can show them my call history. I can show them the tracking number that these calls are coming from, and then show them the assets, the map listings that where these calls are, right? So that's amazing. That's not something I had before. And, it feels really good to be able to do that. And overall, looking back, the number one thing that got me to be able to get that result alone is pay-per-call, right? For that time being where I kind of like paused SEO and went fully into pay-per-call, I learned so much into how to actually bring results, right? Because that's when you're really on the toes, right? Like every SEO should take some time and actually be a pay-per-call person for some time, because what it will do is permanently make you way smarter to provide results. And then in the future, even if you get an SEO client for like $2,000, you'll have tools to maybe in pay-per-call world deliver, if they were to just price the leads, maybe like 400 or 500, but you are getting $2,000. Get it? So anyways, where was I going with it? So the pay-per-call, so coming full circle, that's what I'm just planning to do, right? Like, looking at the things that has worked out for my clients and creating little phrases and ammunition. So when I'm going to call these guys, it's going to come in more in my favor, right? There's going to be stuff that I can be very confident about and tell them on the phone, like, okay, listen guys, listen man, I would like to show you in person, literally show you the clients that I am working with right now. You can call them, they love my service. You can call and they can. I already tell my clients, like, hey, if you get a call from here, give me a reference. And I always make sure they're open to that. Except one, he doesn't want to do it. But anyways, I'm able to tell them, like, listen, you can call them. I will come show you exactly what is our process, step by step, how it's working out, and what kind of expectations you can have. And they will ask me, like, oh, so you're saying that if I get this, you're saying that I could possibly getting like 15 to 20 calls, because remember the 54 calls was between 3 people. So if he says like I'm gonna get like at least 15 to 20 good calls like this from this, I'm like, yeah, we do these steps in about 4 to 6 months, you're going to be in a position that you're going to be getting these kind of results. And I'm confident in that because that's the type of results that my clients got. And actually it didn't even take that long, right? So it's great, man. It puts me in a position of, it's like halfway through, how easy it is to sell pay-per-call because you're just giving leads, and then how hard it is to sell SEO. You're like coming in midway and mingling it, that's what you do. That's what great marketers do. If you look at life insurance, right, these industries, right, multi-billion-dollar industries, right, if they just sold people on the straight numbers, right, then over 90% of these companies wouldn't exist. Like if they just said, all right, you pay for every $4 you pay, we give you $80 when, to your family if you were to pass away. If they just said that, boom, all the companies that has the better rates per dollar amount would stick out, and the ones that don't would not be present. But they don't. They bring all kinds of stuff in the mix, right? Like when you pass away, would you really want your loved ones to go through forms after forms after forms while they're mourning and crying at that point to make sure the bills are paid? Or would you want like this service which takes care of all of this? This agent will summon and take care of all of this, and then boom, we have this for you. They just brought this value out of nowhere, and it is valuable. Why would you put somebody through that kind of stress when their loved one just passed away? But the point is, they just brought this complete thing in the mix, and boom, they were just able to charge twice as high. I know this is not alongside with what I'm saying, but try to get the point, right? Your job is not to just be like, your job is to step away more and more from the commodity. A person who can dynamically understand their business from point, what is the most important parts, and sell according to that, right? Another service that I'm looking to kind of pitch from now is that something I've already been doing, but I'm looking to package it, say it in a way that it makes sense, because there has been enough problems with my clients that enough for me to feel like, okay, I should be doing this as a service. And that is, I don't even know what to call it, but a package where I'll just call it, you get one free consultation, initial consultation, or like something that sounds better, right? Where basically I'm going to explain to them that they're in the business of sales, right? You'd be surprised how many of these roofers, contractors does not understand this. We had one of our clients which is still having trouble to port in their number because they believe that basically when we asked them like, why isn't the phone ever answered, they said that, oh yeah, we get back to every single one of these calls at the end of the day. And we're like, mind blown. You're a roofer. People are calling you and you just let it go to voicemail because half of the day you don't cater to them, and you think in the other half of the day when you get back to them it's going to work out? How are you even in business? And it's funny because they're still doing really well, which makes me think like, if I just made this one tweak, the conversions would skyrocket. And I'm now thinking in a place, how can I turn this into like, sounding more like a service? Then we can possibly in the future say like, we made conversions go up, double their conversions within a month. Again, once that happens, I would be genuinely be able to say that statement. Because when you look at the numbers, yes, track the numbers, the calls they're getting, the money they're making, did it double? Answer the question, yes. Was it all through SEO? Not really. It was because, I tweaked their business system, right? So start to think in that way a bit, and I think you'll go a lot further, right? So anyways, guys, I don't even know what to name this video. Talked about like 2-3 points, but yeah, hope you got something out of that.